I'm 29 weeks pregnant now and my breasts are starting to feel full and heavy, which was a really good reminder that I have a time capsule to open. So I have a 9-year-old daughter and I breastfed her till 8 months, and I used a Medela Breast Pump, which was really useful, especially when we started using the routine in this book, Save Our Sleep, because they recommend expressing at 6:40 in the morning, getting some breast milk going. It's good for your breast milk production and all that sort of stuff. So I stopped breastfeeding her when she was about 8 months old, and I sterilized all my equipment, packed it all up, and I thought, well, I'll put this in storage because we were going to have another baby within a couple of years. 8 years later, we have finally got there with a much awaited and longed for sibling for my daughter. So now it is time to have a look. I have totally forgotten what's in these boxes, but I do know that having a breast pump is really useful. And once again, with Amity's sibling, I do want to use this book, because if you do express some breast milk, my plan is my husband's going to take 4 weeks off from work after Spencer's born. And so some mornings, if I express some milk, hopefully maybe I'll be able to get a little bit of a stretch of sleep, and he'll be able to use my breast milk in the middle of the night to do like the 2 o'clock in the morning feed or something like that. So we can share the feeding a little bit in that way. So let's open this and see what is in here. I honestly have forgotten what's in here. And I don't even remember really how to use this Medela Breast Pump. So, okay, I do remember this motor. I do remember this. So there's some cords or some tubes. Okay, so here's tubes. Wow. This is bringing back memories of expressing milk. So these little bottles go here, and aha, here it is. So this is the funnel that you actually put on your breast, and somehow you hook up this motor. Here we're starting to talk business now. So you plug that in, and I think this motor, oh yeah, look, I am starting to remember. Okay, so you plug that in, and then you obviously plug that into a power point. Let's plug it in and see if we can get this to work. Put this down here. There we go. And then these, I think, oh wow. Okay, so I've got lots of funnels. I think they come in different sizes if I remember correctly. I don't really remember. Oh wow, this is going to take a little bit of working out. Okay, so there's another cord here. I don't know what this cord was for. I wonder if this cord fits. I don't think it will. Oh yeah, we must have a spare cord. So, okay, so we've got 2 cords. So that cord's down there, okay. And more bottles. Wow. And these are valves that you somehow fit onto. Okay, so valves. This is a bit overwhelming, I have to admit, like working out all this sort of stuff. But with the recent, for those of you who've watched my other videos, you'll know that I was recently also diagnosed with low-grade preeclampsia and gestational diabetes. We have another motor. I didn't realise we have 2 motors. We've actually got 2 of these. Okay, well that's useful. So we'll put the other motor. That's why we have 2 cords. Okay, that makes sense. So we've got 2 cords, 2 motors. So yes, so there is a little bit of a question mark whether Spencer will be delivered even earlier. So it's good to be prepared. So that's why we're doing this now. But okay, so personal fit. So here's another one of those suction things that you put on your breast. We got more breast milk bottles. So all these spare bottles are really useful, because when you express and your milk goes into this little bottle, you can actually put this bottle in the freezer, if I remember correctly, and even store them in the fridge or the freezer. So we've got small spare bottles and another. Wow, I didn't realise how much equipment we've got. Look at all this stuff. And we've got a really crowded kitchen. So I've got a 9-year-old. I don't know where all this stuff is even going to fit. Thankfully, you can wash all this in the dishwasher, but you can also sterilize it in, I think you can wash it in the dishwasher. I better double check that. I'm pretty sure you can. But I used to, when we were in Early Beach, I used to sterilize it in a big pot of boiling water. That's how you can get it really sterile. Okay, here's valves. These valves, I remember, were really tricky. So these somehow fit onto, we've got other little pieces here. So these little rubber valves. It doesn't look like we have many of these. We might need more of these, I think. Because they were an integral part. We'll work out how to put all this together in a minute, but we're just unpacking it all first. Okay, more tubes there. We've even got some of these. So we've got storage bags for the express milk. So this is actually really useful. So I am definitely going to be expressing milk because it is really useful. Then your partner can really help you with the feeding. Okay, so that's empty there. And then we've also got this other box of, I've got to be honest, this is a bit overwhelming. Do you know, one thing I learned when Amity was born is that all this equipment that you need when you have a newborn can genuinely be a bit overwhelming. There's so much to know and use and everything. Okay, let's open this box. This has been packed for 8.5 years. And my husband, being the organisational freak he is, has labelled this boob bags and cups and lids. so we have more bags, I think, in here that he's ordered from Nursing Angel. That's obviously where we ordered this from. And we've obviously opened this box but then sealed it up again. I do remember once you do get your head around how to use it, it is fairly simple, but I'm gonna need a refresher course. Okay, so these are little cups where you can store the breast milk. Whoops. I'm gonna have to run all these through the dishwasher again, obviously, before we use them. And these are little lids that you can seal it with. So these are obviously for storage in the fridge or freezer. So that's good. Pop all those there. And we've got, what else have we got here? Okay, so we've got lots of storage bags. So storage bags. I think we're gonna have enough storage bags. Wow. Storage bags. We have high hopes for my breasts, I think, to be making lots of milk. And okay, so these are more. This is another bag, another storage bag. This is the proper Medela Breast Pump storage bag that goes with the Medela Breast Pump. These must just be, these are a different brand of storage bag. But okay, and so that's it. That's what we've got. Okay, so anyone who is wanting to pump their breasts after their newborn's delivered, this is what you're looking at, all this equipment. We're now going to have a look at actually how to connect this up, and then we'll come back and show you how it's working. And that's my friend's bulldog. So it's an hour later and things are looking a lot more ordered. We've sorted through all our old supplies, gotten rid of stuff that was just too old and sort of yellowy looking, and kept the new stuff that we had in storage. So this is great. Now we've worked out exactly how to assemble this breast pump and use it, and all the memories come flooding back. Once I knew how to use it, it is actually really simple. So you have 7 parts. You have this tubing here, a bottle, the valve, and it goes onto this little bit here. You have the breast shield, the funnel literally that goes over your breast, this part here, and the motor. So this can be battery operated, so we've got batteries in here. So to assemble it, you just get the bottle, take the lid off, and then you need to put the valve onto this little piece here. Now this is the fiddliest part, and these valves are actually very fragile, so that it is easy to tear them, so you need to be careful. So this little part here, you can see that little white sort of nodule there, goes onto the smallest little piece there. So you just press it in like there, you press that in and flatten it there. There we go, that's flat in. Then you screw this bit onto, or just sort of press this onto that elbow sort of tubing there. And then you pop it onto the bottle like that. And the breast funnel goes onto that bit there. One end of the tubing goes into this little opening there. This is what's providing the suction from the motor, obviously. So the other end goes into that join there, or that connector there. And then that's all assembled. So it's actually quite simple. And then to turn it on, you just press this motor there. Is that on? No, we've run into a ditch. Hang on. We have worked out the problem. I was putting this into the power socket, not the suction tubing socket. So there are two. So there's suction tubing socket and a power socket. Because we've got batteries in here, obviously this was free as well, so I got them confused. So you put that into the suction tube socket, now it should work, and it does. Okay, so it is tricky, but look, once you get the hang of it, it is quite easy. So there you go, it's working. So then you just literally put that over your breast there, and it will start suctioning your nipple and expressing your breast milk. So quite easy to use, these 7 parts, and this will be very handy to express some milk, and then hopefully my hubby can do some of the late night feeds and give me a little bit of sleep once Spencer's born. So there you go, we've worked out how to use it, and it feels a lot less overwhelming now.